Okay, how's everybody doing? So I want to talk to you about this addition that I've added to my signal system on River Road. Now, for those of you that want to see a review and the basic, I wouldn't say it's comprehensive, but it's a basic how to install your first signal. So if you go to the home page and right beside the community tab, there's a little magnifying glass. Just type signal in there, enter, and anything that's keyworded to that on my channel, like it doesn't matter what it could be, moose, could be MP15, could be SD40, like it doesn't matter. Like the AI on the channel now will just key it all up for you. Okay, so what'll come up is installing your first Atlas Model Railroad ABS in parentheses signal number 208. And I basically cover this Atlas system quite extensively, right? A fairly good review about these boards. Now, there are many signal systems that you can put on your layout. I love signals. Like the SRY Shortline, the prototype has a couple signals here and there for their interchanges and stuff, and mine aren't prototypically placed, but it is prototypical to have signals on the SRY. It's just that mine are going to be placed according to how I like to operate on a compressed, smaller layout, right? But what I want to do is show you what I added. I added this CTC control. Like, these are really powerful boards. Like, they have their pros and cons though, right? So they're only, like, they're not bi-directional. So you have to, like, if you're running 3 blocks, let's say, with 3 signals, you need one of these for each signal, okay? So that's 3 going one way. And then you need sensors, like these are about 20 bucks, the BD20s by NCE. These are one of the better ones. I think Iowa Engineering makes these as well, and they're quite nice. They have an LED. I think these ones have an LED. Well, no, they might not. But anyway, they're very similar to these, and they work really well too. So, but I just happen to have some of those. Now, the thing is, what I like about this system is it's fairly simple and robust, and it works. It just simply works, right? So if you want to run just here, I'll just use this for an example. Like this, I've sort of beat up on this signal quite a bit, so it's a little bit dodgy there, see? It wants to go green or yellow. See, now it's not going to work because the camera's on, right? Anyway, there, I got it, okay? Now watch what I can do with these. This is obviously, you know, these Atlas switches, right? They go back like half a century, you know what I mean? It's like, so when you want to change this with just one switch, like you can go red, right? And then you can go back to green like that. Now, when you run the automatic ABS with the sensors, you run the wire into this header here, then it does all that automation for you. Like if it's an occupied block, then it'll be red, and it'll change to yellow for 8 seconds or whatever, and then go back to green, right? But what I like about this setup, like this ability for Atlas to do this, I don't need to put these in right now. I can control my own layout. I can be the CTC operator. Like, I can control the signals. I won't be able to know if there's a train in the block unless I visually look. But once these are installed later, you can do it incrementally. You can have automatic block detection, right? Okay. And CTC, you can override it. So watch this. So there's 4 positions on here. So watch what happens. So I can go like this, like to red. Okay. Let me just turn this light off so you can see it better. So I can go red, okay, and green, and then I can go yellow, okay, and then I can go flashing yellow, and then I can go flashing green. And I think that is so cool because signals are actually a really cool feature on any model railroader. I don't know what it is when you're staring at your favorite locomotive and you just see them, it's sitting there idling, you know, and the spitter valve going off and the signal, like you're waiting basically for the signal to change, right, at a red. You know what I mean? You're operating prototypically scale or whatever. So I just wanted to show you that. So I have these installed, or am going to install these units on all of my signals eventually. This is the second one I'm doing now. I have the first one done at the brewery junction there. Now, let me just say this. So they're not the cheapest, right? So this is a single head, so you only need one board. But if you have a dual head signal, you need two boards. And if you have a big larger like signal head, right? Scaffold or whatever, and it's got like, when you see them you want to buy it, it looks cool, right? Just remember, for every head you need one of these boards, and these are $40. At least they are in Canada. Or if you can get them on sale or get a deal. I think I got a deal on some of these. And if you want to run CTC this way, then use one of these for each board. And I kind of like it because I can, basically just decide the look I want or how I want to operate. And when I do decide to install these by NCE, these BD20s, I will know whether a block further down the layout as I expand my layout is occupied. Okay? So I just thought I'd share that with you, and we'll go back up to the layout and just have one more look.